We're going to be looking at how to use forms. We use a system called Ninja Forms. I'm going to show you basically how to use this. You click on all forms to take a look at what we already have. If you want to edit a form, then you can click here on Edit. This is the contact form that we're using on your contact page. Right now we have first name, last name, email, phone, the kind of session you're interested in, when you would like your photos taken, and we have submit. And this is something that I was messing around with earlier that is not an actual part of our form. And over here you can see we have some other options of what we can be adding into here. And we could add, for instance, a checkbox. If we wanted to say, check here if you think I'm an awesome photographer, and then they have the choice of whether they want to do that or not. We can click preview and let's click save and preview it again. There we go. Check here if you think I'm an awesome photographer, and you can click there. Right now it's below the submit button, which should not be natural, but you understand the basic idea. And then you take a look at what we already have here, like under this list here, for instance. Then we have the different options of what you can choose. If you wanted to add a new one, then you can click Add New, and now we could add in our elderly category. And if you wanted to, you could set it up so that one of these was selected beforehand as the default. Probably not what you want in this case. It's easy enough to get rid of them. You simply click on the X. You can add any of these categories over here if you think that they would be useful to you, and some of them might. You could ask for an address. You could ask for some other piece of information, something else that would make them more likely to make a purchase from you. You can add any of those things. You can click up here. We're not going to save anything anyway, so we're going to click up here, email into actions. You can click on Add New, and right here what we're wanting to do is have something that would be automatically sent to them after they've contacted you. Send welcome message, and then in this case we're going to have an email. We could also have a redirect to a different page, a success message. We're going to go with an email on this one, and then it's going to be from Morgan Lee Photography. The from address, well, we don't want Kenny at megaphone-designs.com. We'll go with Morgan at morganlee.com, and then you can see that you have your different options from your form here, and you want it to be to the email address. The subject, we'll say thanks so much for contacting us about your photography needs. And then we're going to write an email message down here. I appreciate your interest in Morgan Lee Photography. I'll be getting back to you within the next day or two with amazing deals and outstanding photographic prowess. And then you can say Morgan, and then we go down here and we can we could click on advanced settings, and we could make it so that there's a carbon copy to yourself, or that we could have them reply to a different address. We're going to leave that alone for now. We click save. You'll probably want to go in and make some adjustments to this area here, and then you can have your own content within here. Go over to settings, and you can make some restrictions Not something we're too interested in right now. Display, again, not something we need to change too much, but it could change how it shows up on the page, but everything's already set on that anyway. You can go over and you can click on submissions. You can see that right now we don't have any submissions, but we can go ahead and try one out, make sure that it's working. My name's Kenny McCune. My email address is kenny@megaphonedesigns.com. My number is 417-268-5644. I am going to want a family photo because I have a family, and 3 to 6 months. Submit it, and then we'll want to create a page here that shows up so that we can know that it is successful. And we should end up having, there we go, there's the message, and that's our submission there from me, and you get the basic information that you need from this place here. Everything is good right now. Let's go back to the form over here real quick, and we want to go ahead and add a display message, and we want to have it be a success message, and we will say thanks so much for your interest. We'll be back in contact with you shortly. Save. Now that will show up there. You can also add media. You can do any sort of typical formatting that you would do on posts or pages like we've looked at previously. And we would go back here, create one more, and in this case what we're going to want to do is create a submission notification. We're going to have this sent to you, and we will have the first name, last name show up here. The from address is going to be the email address of the person who submitted the form. We're going to send it to morgan@morganlee.com. and we'll call it new submission. And then down here we're going to click insert all fields, and that's going to make it so that all the things that they filled out will be in the email to you. We're going to click save, and now every time that someone submits the form or the contact form, then you will get a notification. And then we have some other options down here. You can import, export. Not something we really need to do right now. For the settings, then we could make some basic changes in how things are set up. Not really necessary. System status shouldn't be too relevant. With extend, you can add some additional functionality to your forms. Right now it's not necessary, but maybe at some time it will be. For instance, if you want to add PayPal as a part of your Ninja Forms system, then you can do it right here. And that basically covers the forms. Oh, one more thing. You need to know how to insert this into a post or something of that nature. Right here you have the shortcode for it. You can copy that if you want to. The way that we have it set up for our Connect page right now is just that it is appended over here where you can add it on, because that's the only thing we have on here, except for this one sentence here. Let's say though that we wanted to go to our seniors page and we wanted it right in the middle of the page, and you don't, but if you wanted to do that, then you can just paste that in there, click preview, and now we have that form right in the middle of our page. No big deal. We don't want to save the changes there. Those are the basics of how to use forms. If you have any questions, if you run into any difficulties, you can always contact us. We're happy to help you, happy to support.